Good afternoon, people. Welcome back to Farmers Dynasty. This is part 4 of where we're at. So the last video we did baling. Today I'm going to show you a few other things. What we've got is these two fields here on the map which I currently own. These two here. You start with these. I've purchased that one and these two as well. I've currently just ploughed them. Next job is to cultivate, fertilise, muck spread and seed them. So I've already ploughed them, as I say, but what I've done is I've sold my old plough for this new plough, which is probably one of the best investments you can get early on in the game, but it isn't cheap. I think it cost me about 30 grand. But the one thing I do like about this is its features of able to rotate. What I mean by that is, the other plough I always had difficulties with. It seemed to drift, especially if you was ploughing in the different direction to which your plough was facing. Whereas this one, as you can see, I've got it on the left hand side, which would be useful if you're driving on the right hand side of the field. But if you're driving on the left hand side, it's going to be pretty annoying. So at the tap of a button, your bad boy rotates round, and then you can use it on the left side of the field, so your plough isn't pointing off the field, it's inside it each time. So let's drop this back down. Actually, maybe not. So I've got everything here anyway, ready to do the job. So the next job, like I say, is cultivating. So I've got my cultivator here. I haven't bought a new one yet. This one is quite good at what it does, but if you let me pop off a sec. I have sold the shite seeder that you come with, because with the deluxe edition I have started with this seeder, the D900 if I'm correct, something like that. Well, I don't know, I'm sure I just make things up. Okay, right, anyway, so yeah, I've got my fertilizer spreader and my muck spreader here, they're both full. Yep. That's one thing I've done. I have dragged this over from my farm to another field and not filled it up beforehand, which can be quite boring. So next you cultivate after you plough, of course, and after cultivation you've got muck spreading and fertilising. So what I'll do is I'll cultivate the fields. I'll skip it out so you don't have to see the boring bit. Stay tuned, people. Should get this done in no time. Right, so that is the cultivating done. On to the next stage with the field. I'll only do the smaller half, I'll do the other half in my own time. I won't bore you all to death. Alright, so the next job I like to do is muck spreading. So all you're going to do is turn it on and go around your field in circles. This you can actually do at full power, I've realised. You don't need to 100% cover your field. The more you do, the better outcome you get. I think for each 25% of the field you get done, you actually get 25% more of the yield. So even if you cover half the field, you're going to get 50% more than if you didn't. But what I'll do is I'll skip this bit and I'll show you what the field looks like after. So that's the field muck spread. Yeah, I know it isn't actually a perfect neatness, there is patches all over, but as you can see I've managed to reach 91%. If you did want to go for 100%, do go for it, that's some good effort, but that's a lot of muck you do have to spread. I mean, how much do they use out of that tank then? I used 35% just to cover that small field. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I could have covered it all, but I guarantee I know for that field in front I'll have to use that whole tank and some more. So now what I'll do is I'll fertilise, same principle, but it just scatters a little bit better than the manure does. Plus it leaves these nice lines which you can follow, so you can get this done in no time. Right, I'll fast forward it. Right, so that's that done. That's manured. Last job now, manured and fertilisers, should I say. Last job now is just to seed the field. I hate the reversing on here. Yes, I do want to do that. Right, so what I'm going to plant here is soy. It is the start of the season. It's April now, not September. So soy, peas, things like that are what you want to be planting this side of the year. For winter crops you want to be doing wheat and barley, but don't get me wrong, I'll be doing wheat and barley for most of the year. So yeah, now to seed, and you can see where it's been seeded, so it is easy to follow a path, like I should say. So yeah, you can get this done in counter in relatively quick time, to be honest. Hopefully a lot don't struggle. I'll fast forward this bit again, and yeah. So as I get towards the end of the field, like I've just done the last row, I always go around the outside because there's always the daft little bits that you might miss, and it'll never say you've got 100%. They're on 99.24, we'll find them little bits. Sweet. At 9.69, you know what? I'll take that. So that is that small field, ploughed, cultivated, manured, fertilised and seeded. It, to be honest, didn't actually take as long as what you think it would. Don't get me wrong, it is daunting because I did spend a few social points on getting parts cheaper. So I haven't got the 50,000, which once you've got 50,000 you can then hire staff. 11,000 and 104 short. Once I've got that though, I should be able to hire workers. All you do to hire workers, you go onto your map, go over to the field view. When you hover over the field, to me it says press square to sell field. It says underneath you need 50,000 social points to hire a worker. Once you've got the 50,000, you hover over your field and you press X or A if you're on Xbox, or I presume it'll be E or a mouse click button if you're on PC. That lets you hire a worker. You do actually get a decent list of jobs you can give them. You can get them to plough, cultivate, sow many different seeds. I'm not sure about harvesting though, and you can't get them to fertilize or manure, so you do have to do that all by yourself. But it is helpful when you've got 5 fields like me at the moment. I know there's going to be people out there who will have 10, 20, 30, 40, how many ever fields there is. There will be someone who will actually own all of them. I don't yet, but eventually I'll get there. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's been useful. Please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment in the box. Thank you very much, people. Goodbye.